What's up, everybody? It's Dave P with the Cream, and I am bringing to you somebody that I cherish very, very much as far as a business relationship goes. You're going to be meeting Jennifer Mclintyre. She's with Resource Settlement Services. That's the official name. She's in the title business. And if you're in the real estate business like we are, we do a volume of transactions. We do multiple creative type of transactions, everything from wholesaling to novations, our buy and hold, all of our private lending and whatnot all gets run through title companies. You need a solid title company. And what we have found in our years and years of doing this is pretty much every title company is comparable when it comes to turnaround time to get a title report. And it's pretty comparable as well when it comes to, what you're going to pay for a title search and things like that. The number one separator, I'm here to let you know from years of doing this, the number one separator, which makes a good title company or a good title person, is the communication. Communication. I don't care how many bells and whistles the title company has. I don't care how fancy their website is. I don't care anything. I want somebody to pick up the phone. And that's exactly what Jennifer does for us. She answers our calls, our team's calls. She is here for us. So we are putting the spotlight on Jennifer Mclintyre. Jennifer, how are you feeling today?
I'm enjoying this beautiful day outside before it gets super hot again. It's so nice outside, so I decided to come outside to have this call. How
Fall
you
is in
doing?
the air, and you're in Ohio. I know you're in Ohio. I just got to see you and have a meeting with you last night. But your business, and you guys do title work nationwide. Is that right?
Yes. So we're a national title company. Our headquarters is in Maryland, and we also have an office in New York and a very small one here in Columbus. The beauty of 2024 is you don't have to have a physical space anymore to be able to do just about anything. And we have notaries and affiliates in every single state, so we just simply go right out to the clients. Which, as you know, hardly anyone does roundtable or does anything at the title office anyway. So we try to make it super convenient, but that's how it is. So we have an office in Maryland, an office in New York. We actually have a small office in Florida, and then one here in Columbus, and that allows us to do the entire United States.
So I could definitely vouch. We're closing multiple deals with Jennifer every single week, and typically we're using private lenders. So she's got to send somebody out for a notary to get payoffs on deals, and she's sending people to really. We have lenders all over the United States, so it everything goes off without a hitch, right? I mean, she can work in any of the 50 states. We got deals in Texas going on right now, obviously Ohio, but our private lenders are all over the US, and she coordinates these closings. Everything goes off extremely easily. And we don't just do traditional real estate. We're not just, buying and selling houses. We do a lot of wholesaling where we are just controlling a property with a contract and lining up a buyer. We never own the property. We do novations, which could be looked at as wholesaling. It's just a little bit more complex. And Jennifer's company handles all of this for us. But I really can't stress enough, everybody, the number one thing that you're going to get with Jennifer is she picks up her phone. And this is how it is. I mean, when you want to know, did the wire come in? Did the people sign? Is the buyer on board? Is the seller on board? Jennifer keeps her finger on the pulse. I have no idea how she does it, to be completely upfront. How many files do you have going on right now, by the way, Jennifer?
Oh, over 200.
It's ridiculous, and she can tell you exactly where every single one of these files is. Like I can prove this. Like it is. I've seen it with my own eyes. So, Jennifer, maybe kind of tell us how you work specifically with investors and how that relationship is a little different than your realtor relationships, because I know you do both sides. And then from there, we could just kind of have you can share what the best way to contact you is, because a
hmm
lot of people from all over the US will see this.
So to answer your question of how we magically am I able? Well, one thing is my team always laughs because I might not know a file number, but I know a street and I have a really weird memory. I'll be like, oh, that's Oak Street. That's the one that's got the less pendants, or that's Main Street and it's got two mortgages that need to be released. I don't know how, but how I remember those weird nuances. But the reason why I'm able to communicate and know so much about the files is the way we have things set up. So if we just sort of go real quickly, like how a file is run through, when it's the files are always sent directly to me, and then I get them started with my processing team, and they reach out and start to get information. But as soon as the file is given a file number, my team is instructed that in the subject line of every email that they have with any single person inside, outside the company, that subject line is, or that file number is in the subject line. It automatically then applies it to that file. So even though I have people who work in Maryland and everyone's Eastern, but we're working on having some more people over in the other time zones. Even though if my people are only working until 5 or 6, which honestly they work past that, at any given time, if you call me, Dave, and ask me a question, because I can put that file number in, boom, all of the emails come up and I can see I can look right there and say, oh, I see we're still waiting for the AG payoff, or this lender needs to respond. And that's how I'm able to really keep my pulse on every single file, because they must CC me on every single communication. So that's part of how I'm able to do it. And then secondly is I know that just like you, I don't work 9 to 5, right? People have questions and people want to talk 5 pull up a file and see where we are or what's important. So that's kind of basically how we're able to really stay on pulse. The other thing we do, Dave, is when the title search comes back in. So you turn in a file, got a couple days, and then the title search comes in. Well, it still has to go through a full legal review. But what I like to do is just have my team do what's called a blurb, where they'll just tell your team the raw, just very raw. Hey, it looks like we've got a mortgage and maybe a couple liens to clear up, but we'll know more once it's in, full legal review. But we at least touch base with you a couple days after the search comes back, just so we know how bad the file is, right? So if I say to you, we have 27 liens to clear, then everybody, if they're looking for a buyer, or it at least helps set expectations that, this might take a minute. Or I could simply say, this thing is clean as a whistle. As soon as it gets through legal review, if you got your buyer tomorrow, we can go. But I like to give my people a little something before we wait for the full legal review. Then in a couple days after that, it'll come out of the full legal review, and then we'll know exactly. That's where they're looking at like deed chain issues, things that maybe are more complicated. But at least I have a little touch base right from the beginning. And meanwhile, my team is talking to the sellers, right? Because no offense to you or any wholesaler or any investor, but the title company plays a pivotal role in the psychology of making your client feel comfortable, right? That, everything's legit and moving forward. So my team we reach out to them and we try to, if they're older and maybe they don't do computers, then we'll pick up the phone and call them, right? We try to make your client feel comfortable working with us because we want to be an extension of you and your trust.
Straight up. And you know what? Honestly, we would rather have you talking to sellers and stuff like that. It's a more professional feel. A lot of times when we are out there in the streets getting contracts and stuff like that, we lean on you. So it's like, hey, you're going to talk to our title company. They're a very professional company. They're going to get what they need from you. This way they can get that mortgage paid off. And it's like a good handoff. Like if you're watching this video right now and you're a real estate investor, this is kind of how you want to sell it. It's adds credibility to you when you have a process. It's like, look, here's step number one. We're going to get this purchase and sale agreement signed, I'm sorry, and I'm going to send this right over to Jennifer. You're going to talk to her team. They're going to take it from there. It's just like this handoff. And we run into zero issues. We deal with zero customer service questions. Your team handles all that. It's almost acting like a transaction coordinator, which is built into the title company. So it kind of saves us. We don't have in our business a transaction coordinator, because we just work with a title company who knows what they're doing. So you could literally save the salary or save the compensation of what you would pay for a transaction coordinator if your title company is good enough. I'm here to let you know, everybody, I've known Jennifer for 5 years. I think she's OG when it comes to cream. She's watched us grow, and we've done deals big and small. We've done small little $5,000 wholesale assignment fee deals with Jennifer, and we've actually closed a $16 million purchase with Jennifer. We trust her with all of our business, and we're super grateful for you, Jennifer. So what's the best way for somebody to get in touch with you?
The best way is to either shoot me a text or a phone call at 614-537-3096 or an email, and that's Jennifer M as in McIntyre, so JENNIFER M at resource and then the letters RES, so resourceres.com. But honestly, texting or a phone call is usually the easiest because I'm very responsive to people. And if you know, if you give me a call and I'm on the phone, I'll text you and say I'll call you right back. I mean, I think you can attest to that, Dave. There's nothing worse than that. And we just want to be an extension of you guys to your clients. We want to white glove it to the finish line because at the end of the day, if you're spending all your time worrying about the title company, you're not getting more business. I want you to go get more business so I have more business. So we just like to take care of your peeps for you.
It's so simple yet so effective. The text message.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to text. I mean, it drives me up the wall. I have numerous transactions going on right now at other title companies because there's some properties that I'm selling in Cincinnati and some other places in Ohio where the buyer chose the title company. And this is kind of
Mhm.
common. I don't always get to work with you, Jennifer. I wish I could.
Mhm.
But I just called the title company earlier today. And sure enough, it's like some weird business line. And it's like, look, can I just text somebody? I just need to know
Mhm.
where to send something, right? That's all it is.
Yes.
So, one more time, why don't you go ahead and share that phone number and email? I will also put it in the description of this video and send Jennifer all your files. I know we are, everything that is under our control, any type of deal. But Jennifer, go ahead and share that number and email once again.
Sure. Sure. It's 614-537-3096 and Jennifer M at resourceres.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jennifer. And thank you for being a valued member of the Cream community. This is Dave P. I will see you all on the next video.